Last year, internationally, they had about 6.5 million tourists. You basically, within the next couple of months, it's going to be rented out and you're going to enjoy returns. We're talking about between the 15 to 18% on a year basis. Wow. In my opinion, one of the best opportunities globally. For the investor that is ready to move, they can still tap into an affordable market that still will mature itself. I truly believe once you get hooked on it, you never want to leave again.
Hey everyone, my name is Yousaf Iqbal, country head for Juwai IQI Canada. It's an absolute amazing pleasure to have with us our global strategic advisor, Taco, all the way from Malaysia. Hey Taco,
hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm in Canada. Of course I'm doing great. I've been invited by these two amazing gentlemen and your team, so I'm doing really good. Thank you.
Amazing. And we got Bob here as well with our GVP.
That's right. Good to see you guys again.
And Taco, I know that traveling is always what you love.
Yes.
And then there's always a little bit jet lag when you come here on that.
That's okay.
But I know that this specific visit was an amazing training which you did with us, which was very good on that. But at the same time, you brought us a very amazing exclusive project. People want to know that how they could invest internationally on that.
Yes.
And without any further delay, I'm going to start with the rapid fire questions to you directly, one by one, by me and Bob, so that we can get the answers straight away on that.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited.
So let's talk about Bali, right?
Bali.
So what makes Bali such an attractive destination for real estate investment?
Oh, have you been in Bali before?
No, I want to.
Well,
sometime.
Just go and then you figure it out, right? I mean, Bali is absolutely an incredible place, right? It has everything. It's a beautiful subtropical area, beautiful island, the most beautiful beaches in the world. It has an amazing vibe, right? Spiritual vibe. When you come there, it's really zen. Over the years, Bali has developed itself as one of the top tourist attractions in the world. Last year, internationally, they had about 6.5 million tourists. And it's growing every year, right? Year on year, they have about 20% growth in tourism, right? So they need more real estate. They need more places where people can stay. And of course, that gives a huge opportunity for investors, for people like us that, sell real estate all around the world, where we advise our clients where can they best invest next. Bali is really a huge opportunity for those investors. So yeah, I think Bali brings everything: affordability, great infrastructure, a beautiful place to stay, even if you want to stay there yourself, a beautiful hub, a great way to travel in other places in Southeast Asia. So it's amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. Great.
Okay, so this time you brought over a very good project called Zen Complex.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this project and why investors are willing to invest in this project.
Well, Zen is just this project where it has everything. Best of all worlds. Close to the beach. It has all the facilities. It has an infinity pool, a gym, a restaurant. It has a beautiful, fully equipped, fully furnished units, which are just ready to basically rent out. It has a great management company, very experienced developer. And the great part is that it's going to be done in, let's say, in the next 8 to 9 months. So that is basically the ideal time to actually get in, where most projects that kind of pre-launch and launch are kind of 2 years, 2.5 years away. Zen is like just 7-8 months away. So if you want to get in now, you basically within the next couple of months, it's going to be rented out and you're going to enjoy returns. And let me remind you, you have returns that we're talking about between the 15 to 18% on a year basis.
Wow.
So for investors, it's just really, in my opinion, one of the best opportunities globally. And Zen just really stands out because of their experience, their location, all the facilities, and that really gives it a total package.
That's beautiful.
Amazing.
That's beautiful.
So when we talk about, buyers or investors buying, there's always a process called international property.
Yes.
What kind of a process is involved on that, and how can we support the buying process for the international buyer?
Well, I always say that when you buy international, so buy outside of your home country, you have to understand that you're buying in a new territory. And if you're new territory, you need to learn a little bit about the country, right? You need to learn about the rules, the law, culturally, how do things work in that country? So with Juwai IQI, we spend a lot of time investigating, researching, doing the due diligence, doing the compliance, and making sure we protect our investors and help them to, as transparently as possible, understand what they invest into.
Right.
So we guide them from really the beginning to the end, and even after they have bought, we stay engaged with them because one day they might want to sell again. We can help them, with all the other processes, like, maybe they want to get a visa, they want to open a bank account, maybe they want to open a company.
Yeah.
All of these things in most countries where Juwai IQI is sitting, we can assist them with that. So overall, we got you covered. It's international.
Nice.
Sometimes it's a bit frightening for investors,
Yeah,
right? It's quite it's something new. But that's why we are such a powerful group, right? Because we can guide them every single way, and we can make them sure they feel comfortable and they feel like somebody's really taking care of them on a global level.
Amazing. So that could be very easy process.
Easy process, and I never say hassle-free, because
It's always
investing, when money is involved, there's contracts involved, there's law involved, there's things, you need to read into it and understand the process. So it's never hassle-free. There's always a process to it, but we make it as easy as possible. And the good thing is we just guide them along the way. So it's not like we just tell you what to do. No, we hold your hand and we walk you through the process so you feel very confident every step of the way.
That's beautiful. I will assume that working with Juwai IQI, we can help the investor to easily get everything invested in that side of the world, actually, because the whole process we're taking care of hand in hand. So that's, I think, it's what a lot of Canadians or non-Indonesian investors are looking into from time to time as well. So
Yes.
now my question is for you is, why is now the best time for investors to invest in, Bali project?
That's a really good question, because Bali is, of course, growing for many years already, right? But we're coming at a tipping point where you get this new point where there's exponential growth. There's a new railway coming. There's new airport coming. You see that land prices are rising quite rapidly right now.
Right.
So that means that for the investor that is ready to move, they can still tap into an affordable market that still will mature itself, right? So this is like when you just get in, when you talk about investments, people always want to like to get in when the price is still low and then go to high, or you want to sell when it goes back to low again. I think we're at Bali at the point where we see a huge rise of prices, more tourism coming in, big investments coming in like railways, airports. And because of that, I think this is just a massive opportunity, not only on rental returns or on capital appreciation, but in overall getting invested in a country, or actually Bali is, of course, is an island within Indonesia, but getting invested into a territory that once you get familiar to it, I truly believe once you get hooked on it, you never want to leave again. Right? As an investor. I mean, you don't have to live there, but as an investor, you're going to enjoy it so much because it has many, many more years of great opportunity and growth.
So will you take, as an investor, you're going to enjoy it? This is what I heard. Please make me, and that was like something like I was thinking, like, is that correct?
Yes.
So we're looking about a minimum of 10% to 15% of an ROI. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, even higher at some points, right? We see some complexes can hit 18%, right?
Wow.
A really high season, you can sometimes get up to 20%.
Nice.
But we always like to speak about an average of 15% and at the lower side, 12%. But even that, right? I mean, that is just amazing numbers if you compare it with many places in the world. And investors always call me or text me to say, "Are you sure? Like, shouldn't you put a comma there or something?"
Exactly.
What is it?
Sorry,
I said,
no,
no,
something is
eyes off. No, it's 10, 12, 15. And why is that? It's very simple explanation, is because land is still cheap. Labor is still affordable. They have a lot of great building requirements. A lot of it's local made, right? In Bali or in Indonesia, it's a huge, massive country. So there's no limitation to the resources they have there. So in the end, to get something ready, It's not a crazy amount of money, but in the end, it's being rented out to a developed market
Right.
where there are dollar prices of
Yeah.
like 80, 100, or $120. So returns are easily calculated to be on the high end. Will that stay forever? Well, you never know. But
That's right.
as for now, Bali has shown significant growth over the last years, and it keeps growing, and I think has one of the highest potentials of any market in Southeast Asia. And I would like to add to that, like, even if you would one day say, okay, that land prices would get more expensive, labor gets more expensive, and let's say your interests drop to 10% or maybe to 9 or 8.
Yeah.
Is it still good?
Yeah, it is.
It's
It is.
still
It's
good,
very good.
right?
Definitely.
So I think there's a lot of room for investors to make a lot of money in Bali, but next to that, also to see it as such a trophy investment for them in a beautiful area in Indonesia.
And I would think like something like this would be people have to invest a lot of money to get that.
No.
What's the minimum ticket size on this?
You can buy one bedroom apartment starting from $80,000 to $85,000
Oh wow.
in Bali. So we're not talking about high ticket prices at
Wow.
all. I think the average, let's say, one bedroom to two bedroom is somewhere between the $100,000 to $180,000.
Nice.
Like I said, you can go a little cheaper, but if you really want a nice villa, already for $220,000 to $250,000, you can buy a decent villa in Bali, and then you can go as luxury as you want, right? If you want to buy something of $10 million,
Of course.
you definitely can find it in Bali. But something for somebody that has like $100,000 or $200,000, they will definitely find a good investment in Bali.
What if someone you wanted to invest at the same time, they get to enjoy it a little bit as well? Like, is it something that allowed in
Of
this kind of
course,
project?
of course. I mean, that's the whole point, right? You want to invest, get your returns, but if you don't use it, right, then you have those returns. But if you're there, you want to use it, right? So most of the developers and partners that we work with, they give the option for that you can use it as much as you want.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of communicating
That's
of
very
when you're
important.
coming.
Exactly.
But obviously, real estate has such an added value when you don't use it, and then you can use that asset to basically get your capital gain, and at the same time also your rental return.
Wow.
And you have so many great, amazing companies in Bali that do that for you, right? So rental management, maintenance management, and make sure that your property is protected while you're not there. So you can use it, you can rent it out. Both is an option for you, which makes it very flexible.
Beautiful, beautiful.
My one final question to you: that
Yes.
is that the only thing we sell is Bali, or is there other options available for investors in other countries?
Oh, there's so many options, right? I mean, we with Juwai IQI, we're currently in 35 countries. We have options in so many different countries because everybody has a different appetite, but also different background reasons, right? Could be family, could be history, could be anything, right? So obviously Bali is a major attractive part of it. But even if people would want to go to, for example, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, even in Korea, right? We sell real estate in Korea. So Japan, of course. But even if you would want to look into in Europe, where we have the Mediterranean, we cover every Mediterranean country,
Right.
And even you guys here in Canada, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that if I have somebody tomorrow that wants to buy something in Canada, I can call you guys, right?
Of course.
So in the end, very global, and we can. We bring a lot of strength because we really tap on our local partners for their expertise. So we can really give every single detail to the investor what they need to know before they make the investment. So they feel safe, they feel protected, and they know with full confidence that they are making a good decision.
Beautiful, beautiful. So my final question on my list is that we know that the project is IQI or Juwai IQI exclusive selling, but what if someone who's not with our company is something that, for instance, the real estate agents in Canada from other brokerage can work with IQI Global on this project?
Absolutely, yeah, please. I mean, if you have clients or prospects that have an interest in Bali, but you're not with IQI as with the brokerage. I mean, still, we like to partner with everybody on here and have very good commission schemes, right? And very good payouts,
right?
when you bring that client. You can try many, or you can do many different ways, and you just refer the client, but you can also be with us in the process in guiding the client how to close a deal. We're very happy to work with you. And I would say, especially for the Canadian clients, to frequently talk with you guys so that they stay updated on what is happening on a global scale. And then once they have somebody, please, I mean, refer them to us and we'll take care of it.
All
Lovely,
right,
lovely. Thank you so much, Taco. Again, it was really a pleasure having you over here, and then
pleasure mine.
sharing some very good insights about the Bali investment and some other global projects as well.
Yes.
For our audience, like again, this is one of the first international property project which we are bringing right now to Canada. As Taco mentioned and Bob mentioned as well, there's a lot more opportunities and a lot more projects coming in pipeline as well with different investment depending upon what your need is on that. So keep watching us for that.
Yes, and also we will bring you the affiliation program that we actually produced in IQI Canada here for all the brokerage out there or individual agents, or even you're not registering, maybe you have the interest of the real estate. Come talk to us. We have very good affiliation program set up just for you guys, and for that, onwards, we will introduce more and more for the next episode, and we will have you guys be partnering with us from time to time for all the overseas projects.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Bye.